Hey guys, how is it going? So today I was able to try out Super Mario Odyssey at E3 2017, and what you're seeing right here is my first time ever playing this game. So at the Nintendo booth, first of all, there were so many different booths for Mario Odyssey. There were two different stages we could play. There was the city stage and the desert stage. Now, as you can see, I have the city stage gameplay. I might put up some desert stage gameplay if you guys want to see that and do a bit of a commentary on that. Just let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But anyway, I wanted to kind of talk about how I felt about this game as I was playing it. So as we're going through, as you can see, I'm using the hat a lot. So what I'm basically trying to do is I'm just trying to figure out how exactly the hat works. You know, how far can you throw the hat? What's the average length? What does the hat work with? Also, I remembered to put on headphones so I could actually hear what was going on. Also, the game's audio is brilliant. So I guess the first thing I want to talk about is just the controls and the movement themselves. So the movement is really kind of interesting. It's very, very hard to describe. The best way that I could probably describe the movement in Mario Odyssey is kind of think Super Mario Odyssey, whereas, you know, the controls in that game are very, very sensitive, but really, really precise at the same time, and kind of combined with Mario 64. And when I say that, basically, if you remember playing that game, you have a lot of room to finesse with your movement while you're in the air. So you've probably seen, like, when I'm long jumping, I can easily wiggle back and forth, or when you see me doing wall jumps, I can, you know, pull back or, you know, move forward more. So that kind of movement is in this game. And I really, really like, you know, how finesse and precise the controls are. So we just talked to Pauline, and she wanted us to find a bunch of musicians for a show or something. I really wasn't reading any of this text, really paying attention to her because, you know, again, I only had 10 minutes to play this game. And as you can see, I got my first moon. Now, the moons are basically replacing stars, at least as far as I can tell. I could be wrong, but according to this playthrough, I think moons are replacing stars. Now, you may have noticed that after I got the moon, I didn't go back to a hub world or anything. Now, this might just be because it's just a demo, but if it's the same way in the full game, this means that whenever you get moons, you'll no longer go back to the hub world every single time you get a new moon. So this is very reminiscent of Banjo-Kazooie. If you've played a Banjo-Kazooie, you know, you get the little jig piece, or jiggies, I think is what they were called. You know, you collect those, and they're the main thing you want to collect. There'd be a little animation saying, yay, you got them, and then you would continue on. So this game basically takes that approach, and that is awesome. That is a very, very brilliant level design. I'm really glad that they're doing that. So actually, that little car thing, it's actually a little mini game. I don't think I played that. Basically, you throw your cap into the person, then you take control of the car, and then you can collect a moon that way. It's a really cool little puzzle. So here I'm about to get my second moon. I'm using the cap to destroy the boxes. I have to say, I just love and adore how versatile the cap is. And to think, this is only one type of cap. I mean, the other caps in the game, which unfortunately we couldn't try more than just his normal one, have different types of abilities. I just want to real quick talk about the camera. As you can see, the camera got a little wonky there. I'd have to say overall, the camera is very, very good, except for that moment. Like, that was the only moment where the camera wasn't that great. But overall, the camera shots and the angles, very well done. It's extremely easy to see where you are. The depth perception is well done. You know, the shadows, you don't need shadows to see where you're going because it's pretty clear. The only thing that I would like to see is an option to adjust the sensitivity in how you're, like, moving your camera left to right, because it felt a little slow to me. So I'm hoping there's a way to adjust that. Also, oh, these things, these little flicky things. So basically, you throw your hat onto them, and I guess you turn into the pole. I don't... Okay, so it looks like, yeah, Mario, like, goes inside his hat, and then he flicks himself up. It's really weird. Now, what's kind of cool about the cap, just going to that, is you can actually use your cap by flicking the Joy-Con or by pushing a button. So you have the option to use the motion controls or to use a button. I think that's kind of weird. Like, I don't know why they're still using motion controls in their game. Like, I know they're trying to utilize the motion controls and the Joy-Cons, but it just feels kind of unnecessary. So here, I'm trying to get used to the controls because, you know, I actually almost fell because, you know, the controls are different. And they're not bad. You know, at first I thought the controls were slippery, but, you know, after playing for about 10 minutes, you'll notice that I get the game over screen. Well, not the game over screen, but you'll see me die. Another thing, okay, so you can't really see this. Well, there you go. It kind of shows up. There's no more lives in this game. Thank God, the 1-ups are gone, so instead what happens is you lose some of your coins. So I guess the coins kind of constitute as lives, but the thing is that you have a lot of coins at your disposal. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to have a lot of coins at your disposal at the beginning of the game, or if it was just for the demo's sake, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, lives don't look to be nearly as important. It looks like they're kind of, you know, a way of the past, and that is really, really nice to see. And that was my first time doing the roll move. Now, you can do dives, but I only did a dive, I think, one time. I couldn't figure out how to do it, but I know you can do dives, which is really cool. And that's my first time doing the backflip. Again, I'm still kind of just trying to figure out the movement, because, again, it is very, very different. And here we have, this is a nice little, it's not really an Easter egg, but it's a nice little cool thing. So we're about to get another moon, and as you can see, here is Captain Toad, just, you know, completely out. Don't expect it. So what was really cool about this is actually the Captain Toad main theme song was playing at the same time. So here's another utilization of the cap. I'm gonna flick it at the electric wire and just zoom up the building. So fun. And you know what's really cool, it might look kind of weird just throwing your cap at things and then like you transform into them, but what's really neat is it feels so natural just because of how easy it is to do. You push a button, and as long as you aim correctly, you transform into that thing. So here what I'm basically doing is I'm trying to get to the highest point in the level. It takes me a few tries to get up there, but basically I'm going to climb all the way up this building and then jump down just to see what it looks like. And it's quite a spectacle. I can't wait for you guys to see. So, about to get to the top end. There's a moon, so you know, I'm glad Nintendo anticipated people to do that. So that's pretty cool. Dizzying Heights, I guess that's the name of the moon. So here I am. I tried to do a long jump off of this tiny pole. It didn't happen. I mean, I can't tell you how mind blown I am just about the level of detail that was in just this one level. Absolutely amazing. And again, you know, those little flicking things are also on the ground, so if you want to move faster, there's also that. I think real quick I would like to mention that the checkpoints are actually a very good thing, because these levels are kind of huge, so if you're trying to explore specific sections of the level, you can use the checkpoints just in case you keep dying over and over again. Because let's say the checkpoints weren't there, you went all the way to the other side of the level and it took you some time to get there and you died. You'd have to start all over again without the checkpoints. So I'm actually very glad that they exist. At first I thought that would mean, oh, the game's going to be linear. No, it has absolutely nothing to do with that. Just purely means, hey, I'm exploring this section of the level and that's it. So that is really, really cool. Also, I love how flicking your cap at the little stop sign thingies gives you a coin. That's really, really fun. This was another checkpoint, outdoor cafe. I think I'm going to do a bit more wall jumping here. Also, the wall jumping is like the newer games, you know, you do slide. I'm pretty sure I did that on purpose. Yeah, so you can see the slide motion, so that's really nice. And here, I thought there was something else to do. I'm just kind of zooming in just to kind of see how close you can get. This, again, you know, just the freedom of the camera. You know, the camera angles are fantastic, you know, for the most part. It really reminds me, again, of Sunshine, just because, you know, the camera movement is just so free. And oh, look at that. That's actually the scene that we see at the very beginning of the very first reveal trailer. And then, you know, climbing up things is pretty easy. And I'm not really sure what else to cover. I think I've talked about a lot of my experiences here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this commentary, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do the same thing for the desert stage because I'm going to try to get gameplay of it as well. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And here's what I was talking about before, where you can transform into the human, and then there's the car. And also, my demo is about to end, so alright, that's it, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. I got a lot more coverage of E3 coming. I'll speak with you all soon.